Okay, welcome to my online class here, and I just want to give you a short video to give you a quick rundown and make sure you know how to get started. I don't want to have any delays and don't want anybody getting behind. So if you've gotten this far, I'm assuming you've seen the syllabus or at least you've been in Canvas, and here's an example of one class. Obviously, this is kind of for all classes, so don't worry if this doesn't match yours, but you should see the link to the syllabus. Hopefully you've read that. And some basic instructions here on Canvas. And again, that's depending on whatever course you're in, and I'm just showing my courses right here. What I want to make sure you focus on is this student registration handout instructions right here in bold near the bottom. When you click on it, you'll see something like this. Now keep in mind, this is not necessarily your course. Specifically, this is an old course, so you can't accidentally use this, but it walks you through the process of what you have to do to get started. You have to buy an access account through Pearson, whether it's through the bookstore or online with a credit card. This is the required material for this course instead of a physical textbook. So when you click on this link, it's going to take you to a website like this, Pearson, and they're going to ask you to sign on. If you've used the Pearson course before, you can use your same login from previous, and it'll just add the course to that account, so you don't have to create a new account. If this is your first time, then obviously you'll need to go down right here, create an account, go through the process, and get set up. One recommendation I have is when you set this up, use an email account, an email address that you check fairly regular, because I do send out announcements, post messages, just kind of communicate with you through this. And it automatically emails whatever account you have on record. So don't use some old account that you hardly ever check, because you will miss important details. So, excuse me. Once you have gotten on there, then the case is log in, and they're going to ask you to kind of go through a sign-up process, and it's going to look something like this right here. Once you get successfully set up, they're going to ask you to either add a course, or that link that I just had a minute ago will take you back through here, and I'm talking about this link on the top, the enrollment. Either way, once you're set up, you can always add a course. This is typically how your class will look, and you can always, there'll be an option. I'm in the instructor side, so yours is a little different, but you'll see something where you can enroll in a class. And when it does so, it's going to ask for your course ID. Now, I've already got it entered right here, but it'll be this my last name and a couple other things right here. Something that looks like this. Again, yours will be specific to your instructions that came from your Canvas account. But you'll get to this point right here where they'll say, okay, how are you going to pay? If you have an access code because you bought this through the bookstore, you can use that right here. And if not, you could pay with a credit card or PayPal or whatever they offer right here as well. And then the best one, though, for now, so you don't have to pay today, but I want you to get started on your work today, is you can click down here at the bottom, whether you have financial aid or not, it does not matter. This just gives you temporary access for 14 days while you get everything going and set up for your side. You won't be missing out on the course. So if you're able to have if you have the access code or you can pay today, go ahead and do that. If you need a little more time, you have 2 weeks, click on this. Either way, everybody should be ready on day one. So once you get back into Pearson and MyLab here, you're going to have something that looks like this. And again, you probably only have one course, but maybe you have an English course. Maybe you have something else in here. Regardless, just enter your course, and I'll pick one right here. And I just want to give you a quick rundown of what you're going to have to see. Now, okay, so let me show you kind of how yours is going to look. Typical calendar, some assignments, and this and that. Main one is this assignments right here, okay? And how it's going to look is a couple of things. Everybody, regardless of your course, will have this syllabus quiz. And all this is just sort of to make sure you read the syllabus, you're clear how the course works, how you take exams, quizzes, homework, all that good stuff. There are a few questions in there that I'll ask you, well, what's your official name at CSN? In case you happen to use a different one, I want to make sure you get your correct credit. and other ways to contact you if there's an emergency. You have to pass this with at least a 90%, and what that basically means is all multiple choice questions you have to get right. You're not going to get graded on your name or your email address or phone number, all that stuff. Those are fill in the blanks. The ones that are multiple choices, you have to get them all correct. If you get that 90%, you will see these little green flags here disappear. That tells you that you're ready to go. Right now, if you hover over it, it tells you you need to score the review, or over here it's going to tell you can't take the syllabus quiz. There's prerequisites essentially, but this is your first step. If you don't get the 90%, take it again. You can take the syllabus quiz as many times as you need. This is just to make sure you're clear what's going on. From there, depending on your course, things will start to open up. In this class, for example, in some classes you'll have a skills review. Sometimes that's required before you can take the homework. All classes will have a homework, all classes will have a quiz, and these vary depending on what course you're taking. Some are due immediately, some are due in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That's your due date right down here. So for this particular class, you'll have to do the syllabus quiz, then you do the skills review, and then you're going to do the homework. Okay, so I'm going to click into each of these real quick just to show you what's going on, and it just kind of runs you through this process. And now when I start this up, again, name, email, etc. And then there's some multiple choice questions. Let me click down to one of these here. Homework part of your grade? No. It doesn't count your grade, but you need to do it before you take the quiz. So that's the one right there. I'll click down to another one. How do you drop the course? Officially drop, etc. Now let's pretend I'm submitting even though I'm not done. And it reminds me you still have unanswered questions. I'm going to go through it. It tells me my grade right there. And remember, the first three, there's not going to be a grade for these, but these multiple choices, these 5 right here, you have to get correct. That's the key. You can go to the results, take it as many times as you need. When that is done, you'll be able to do a skills review. And again, this is for some classes. This is a little prerequisite, and this is just going to be a few questions to make sure you're ready for the chapter. And some of these are going to be fractions, decimals, whatever. And again, some of your classes don't have this at all. And once you pass this, go back to our assignments, then the green flags will slowly disappear. And now you can take the chapter 1 homework. And I can skip it. You can't. And you have a number of questions. This is where the majority of your work's going to be in our class. Every week or 2 or 3, when you have a section that we're going to be covering, it's a number of homework questions. So we can go through this, and I'll have another video kind of walking you through that and what needs to be done. But I just wanted to get you all started to make sure you're clear. Register, syllabus quiz, maybe a skills review, maybe not. Definitely the homework, and then at some point you have to get this quiz done, and you can't do that until these other things happen. This is the only grade that matters here for your semester. Once you get that, you're good to go, and you can move on to the next material. This is your due date. Again, that date is depending on the course. Some of you have it due next Monday or Tuesday, right after the semester starts. So keep that in mind. But this is to get you going. And like I said, I'll have follow-up videos to get you through this stuff. If you have any questions on registering, getting started, email me. Let me know what's going on. Talk to me. Do not wait. This is a course where you have to cover a lot of material, and it's usually, depending on your course, if it's an online course or a hybrid course, there's an expectation that you spend so many hours doing this per week. That could be 5 hours, that could be 10, that could be 15, just depends on the course. But you can't expect to do an online or a hybrid course where you just do all this stuff the last day. Like in this case, do it on the second and hope you can get it done. The homeworks will usually take you multiple hours to do. No person would want to do it all at once. My recommendation is you do 30 minutes or an hour a day or something like that, but you have to put in a little bit of work. If you do that, it's not going to be so bad. If you wait to the end and you procrastinate, it's going to be a little tough and very stressful. So again, if you have any questions enrolling, please shoot me an email, and good luck this semester. Take care.